Sri Sharda Bhavan Education Society's Yashwant Mahavidyalaya Nanded Department of Commerce and Management E-Lecture Series Class M.Com Second Year 3rd Semester Subject Research Methodology Topic Research and Scientific Method from myself Dr. Harishchandra Patange, Professor and Head Department of Commerce and Management of this college. The two terms research and scientific method are closely related. Research, as we have already stated, can be termed as an inquiry into the nature of, the reasons for, and the consequences of any particular set of circumstances, whether these circumstances are experimentally controlled or recorded just as they occur. Further, research implies the researcher is interested in more than particular results. He is interested in the repeatability of the results and in their extension to more complicated and general situations. Means here, researcher is always interested in repeatability, means repeatedness of the results and their extension to more complicated and general situations. On the other hand, the philosophy common to all research methods and techniques, although they may vary considerably from one science to another, is usually given the name of scientific method. Means scientific method is common for all sciences. Whatever methods and techniques are there, they are common. In this context, Carl Pearson writes, the scientific method is one and same in the branches of science, and the method and that method is the method of all logically trained minds. The unity of all sciences consists alone in its methods, not its material. The man who classifies facts of any kind, whatever, who sees their mutual relation and describes their sequences, is applying the scientific method and is a man of science. Means according to Carl Pearson, scientific method is one and same for all the branches of science. Scientific method is the pursuit of truth as determined by logical considerations. The ideal of science is to achieve a systematic interrelation of facts. Means here we are going to achieve a systematic interrelationship between or among the facts. Scientific method attempts to achieve this ideal by experimentation, by observation, by logical arguments from accepted postulates, and a combination of these three in a varying proportions. Here postulates means nothing but the rules or principles which are accepted by most people as true, and here whatever method or scientific method is there, that is we can say here we can verify by experimentation, observation, logical arguments, and all these three things. Now, in scientific method, logic aids in formulating the propositions explicitly or accurately so that their possible alternatives become clear. Means here under scientific method, logic aids or helps in formulating the propositions explicitly, means clearly, the possible alternatives, for the possible alternatives, and further logic also develops the consequences of such alternatives, and when these are compared with observable phenomenon, means these all are such alternatives we can compare with the observable phenomenon, it becomes possible for the researcher or the scientist to state which alternative is most in harmony with the observed facts. Now, the scientific method is thus based on certain basic postulates, which can be stated as under. Postulates means the theory, the principle, or the rule which is mostly accepted by people as to be true. Number 1. Scientific method relies on empirical evidence. The main thing of scientific method is that it is based on the empirical evidence. Empirical evidence means experimental and practical experience is expected here. Now, second one, it utilizes the relevant concepts. Under scientific method, we are using or realizing only the relevant concept, irrelevant concept not taken into account here. It is committed to only the objective consideration. Under scientific method, only the whatever work is there, that is only for object oriented, means objective consideration is very important, and always scientific method is committed to such objective consideration. Number 4, it presupposes ethical neutrality, means scientific method is always ethically neutral. It aims at nothing but making only the adequate and correct statements about population object. Only adequate and correct statements made by the scientific method regarding or in respect of the population objects. Scientific method, number 5, it results into the probabilistic predictions, means according to the law of probability, whatever predictions are there, they will be resulted from the scientific method. Number 6 one, its methodology is made known to all concerned for critical scrutiny or for use in testing the conclusions through the replications, means under scientific method, whatever conclusions are there, they may be tested, they may be critically scrutinized by anyone through the replications or repeatedly or again and again. Number 7, it aims at formulating most general axioms or what can be termed as scientific theories. The aim of scientific method is to formulate the most general theories, axioms, theories, rules, principles, is called as scientific theories also. At the last, scientific method is thus, the scientific method encourages a rigorous and impersonal mode of procedure dictated by the demands of logic and objective procedure. Accordingly, scientific method implies an objective, a logical, a systematic method. That is, scientific method, a method free from personal bias and prejudice. Scientific method is a method to ascertain the demonstrable qualities of the phenomenon capable of being verified. Scientific method is a method wherein the researcher is guided by the rules of logical reasoning. Scientific method is a method wherein the investigation proceeds in an orderly manner, and scientific method is a method that implies internal consistency also. So, this is the scientific method. Thank you.